our boss, T Phoenix. And this next match coming up, there's supposed to be a goodwill merchandise exchange between the Mack Attack and the RWA. Apparently T Phoenix had a t-shirt for the Mack Attack. It was not reciprocated by trainee number 1. And well, the boss is sending the dogs after trainee number 1. Bell has sounded we are underway. Oh, good God. I tell you what, a slap from Shady Shay Cash has got to be almost like a forearm from most people. Collar and elbow tie-up, trainee number 1 and Shady Shay Cash. Trying to break this down objectively. What do you do?
Trainee number 1, very nice switch right there.
What do you do if you're trainee 1 and Mike Montero, aside from keeping Shady Shay Cash the lighter of the two in the ring?
Well, I mean, what you want to do is you want to try to stop him first, get him on the ground, and really hope that your quickness is going to help you out.
Going for a shoulder tackle. And, oh my God! Well, that's not going to go over well. Shady Shay Cash.
Yo, that was a shoot.
Trainee number 1.
Okay.
Irish whip. Oh, Frank Champion with a knee to the...
Oh!
This is getting bowling shoe ugly, folks. Tag into Frank Champion, the bigger of the two of the heavy hitters. Very dangerous man is Fury Frank Champion. Oh, and a shot right to Shady Shay Cash. Frank Champion didn't mean to do that, clearly. Trainee number 1 goes right into Shady Shay Cash. Frank Champion charges, and Champion takes out his own tag team partner again. Tagging to Mike Montero. Montero looks like he's going to fly. He's measuring Fury, and he does. Crossbody caught by Fury Frank Champion. Off the ropes with trainee number 1. A leg lariat takes down Fury Frank Champion.
I don't like that at all. Using their quickness, though, just like I said that they needed to do. I may know wrestling.
You know a little bit about wrestling and baseball. Shot right to Mike Montero's going to fly up and over. Somersault Plaza takes down everybody. Nicely done. Frank Champion being laid into by Mike Montero. Trainee number 1 laying into Shady Shay Cash. And I tell you what, this is going to be short-lived. I do not think that the heavy hitters are going to be taking very well to what is going on here. Big scoop, and a slam to trainee number 1 on the outside. Inside, Fury Frank Champion just laying in those meat hooks to Mike Montero.
Oh!
This has got to be almost elementary right now at this point. Montero looks like he's out. Tagging to Shady Shay Cash. And a shot to the midsection. Hanging up. Mike Montero. Shady Shay Cash gets all the way to 4. And Montero's in a very, very bad way. You've been in situations like this before, Jimmy, as Montero's getting stomped away. You're working with a tag team partner that you don't really know all too well.
Yeah, see, I mean, you're at a huge disadvantage by doing that. I mean, especially going up against the tag team champions of the RWA, my friend.
Fury Frank Champion, shot right to the ribs of Mike Montero. Devine had the night off for some personal reasons. Obviously, trainee number 1 in there because Monster Mack has the bad wheel. And you can see as this match continues how the lack of knowledge of the tag team needs to Montero and trainee 1 really affects this match.
So it's really like a hodgepodge team.
And two very, very different styles in trainee number 1 and Mike Montero. As Montero tries to fight for his life against Fury Frank Champion. Being caught, sidewalk slam. Good night, Irene.
Beautiful sidewalk slam.
Cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. Fury Frank Champion in full control. Montero looks out on his feet.
Look at the size difference.
Trainee number 1 is just coming in and grabbing and trying to help out Mike Montero as the heavy hitters lay into Mike Montero. And trainee number 1 shooting himself in the foot in this situation.
Absolutely shooting himself in the foot.
Shady Shay Cash in full control of Mike Montero now. The heavy hitters really dominating this match. Back suplex. There's a cover, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Bit of a lackadaisical cover. Actually, you can't say lackadaisical, using the leg to go across the chest there.
It's smart though, because you're not using a lot of your upper body strength to be able to hold somebody down.
Into the ropes, back elbow, double back elbow from Mike Montero. And Shady Shay takes down trainee number 1.
Frank Champion all over Mike Montero right now.
You've been in the ring with Frank Champion, am I right? I mean, Frank Champion, you have been here roughly about the same amount of time.
I trained Frank Champion.
I mean, it's just the amount of the power that this man has. People, no pun intended, take him lightly because of his size. You wouldn't think he was as agile, but the strength.
Agile, that's an understatement. How quickly he moves around the ring for a guy his size. You know, he's almost on par with Abdullah the Butcher in size when Abdullah was young, obviously. What is this? No, get out of the way.
Mike Montero's going to fly. Double knees to Fury Frank Champion, and Montero gave himself an opening and really needs to make a tag. Trainee number 1, tag rope in hand, as Tony P is issuing a standing 10 count.
And Mike Montero's pelvic thrusting off of the mat.
There's a tag into trainee number 1, a tag into Fury Frank Champion. Excuse me, to Shady Shay Cash. Big clothesline takes down Shady Shay. Trainee number 1 goes after Fury, takes Fury off the apron. Another clothesline takes down Shady Shay Cash. Oh my God, what a chop. Into the ropes, going up. Samoan drop, nicely
Beautiful
done.
Samoan drop.
Seen a couple nice ones today.
Yeah.
Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out.
Man, Shady Shay barely got out of that.
Trainee number 1 looks like he's trying to get a submission hold. It's blocked by Shady Shay Cash. Fury Frank Champion trips up trainee number 1, and well, that didn't bode well for Shady Shay. Fury Frank Champion, furious right now. Fury going right after Tony P. Monster Mack on the apron trying to help trainee number 1. Into the corner goes trainee number 1 head first. Tell you what, everybody, you have to remember that it was, oh, what a cannonball. It was the Influence that won the number 1 contendership match to take on Fury Frank Champion and Shady Shay Cash for the tag team titles. And right now, Mike Montero, I know Jason Devine isn't here, but Mike Montero does not look like the Influence are really going to stack up well against the heavy hitters. Huge neck breaker, as I say it. Montero, a burst of adrenaline. Fury grabs Montero, goes to whip him, reversed by Montero, breaks the hold, and a shot to the midsection. Trainee number 1 follows, and a super kick. That's not going to do it. Double super kick this time, takes down Fury Frank Champion. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out just at 2. I would think that trainee number 1 and Montero have to keep using the speed, stay on Frank Champion.
That's what I said at the beginning of the match. Were you not paying attention?
I was paying attention. I'm just trying to.
Man.
As the match goes on,
it becomes more and more clear to you, just like the Kansas City Royals going to the World Series.
I heard that in February.
What is this?
Montero, is he going for, might be a Hurricane Rana. It is. Sends Shady Shay Cash up and over. And an elbow drop. Hits the mark. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out just at 2. Frank Champion also helping in that situation.
Almost had new tag team champions right there. That would have been a travesty of justice. I would have had to get Judge Chambers out here.
Mike Montero dumped to the outside. Trainee number 1 dumped to the outside. And the hitters going right after trainee number 1, who's grabbing his head. I'm not sure if gets posted now. Trainee number 1 being punished, as we said earlier. And now I don't think the heavy hitters really care about winning or losing here. It's all about punishment. Oh my God! Trainee number 1 grabbing his head after Fury Frank Champion splashed trainee number 1. Monster Mack beside himself. Trainee number 1 grabbing at his head. And Fury's gonna splash trainee number 1. Oh my God. It's 365 pounds coming down on the chest of trainee number 1. Suicide dive being caught. Montero's in a lot of trouble now. He's being sent back into the ring. And now Mike Montero's really in trouble. He's now outnumbered. It's a glorified handicap match at this point. Shady Shea dumped over the top rope. But Montero doesn't see behind him.
Here he comes. Oh, give him a drop kick.
Looked like it was going to be the up high, and Montero was able to block it.
Keep tweaking the camera, it's okay.
Montero going to the second rope. He's going to fly again. He's measuring Fury Frank Champion. Being caught, the up high. Here's a cover by Shady Shea. 1, 2, and that's it. The heavy hitters, an impressive victory over Mike Montero and trainee number 1. And trainee number 1 is in a bad way. Somebody needs to come out here and check on him.
He's the Kool-Aid man.
Heavy hitters, love them or hate them, the heavy hitters are a powerful tag team and are a force to be reckoned with.
Excuse me, I gotta go celebrate with my boys.
Oh, sure you are. Officials are checking on trainee number 1. They're putting up the X. Trainee number 1 is hurt. We need to get some help out here for trainee number 1. Montero's in a real bad way. He gave a valiant effort. He's really in a tough way too.